let's go on an adventure. Bop, bop, shoot, bop, 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 yeah. Let's go on it together. I did it, let's go on an adventure. Bop, bop, shoot, bop, 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 yeah. Let's go on it forever. If you're feeling blue, nothing left to do, my love. And if you're feeling bored, I know you know the cure. You know the cure. Let's go on an adventure. Bop, bop, shoot, bop, 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 yeah. Let's go on it forever. I did it, let's go on an adventure. Bop, bop, shoot, bop, 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 yeah. Let's go on it together. I did it, let's go on an adventure.
Hey guys, thank you for tuning in on another episode here of the Musical Chairs in Massachusetts, where we go to the places that nobody else will go to and find local musicians and bring them in and tie them up and hold them against their will.
No, we don't do any of that.
I know.
This is false advertising. Some people are getting really excited right now, Chris.
I like making things up. But no, thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate you. So let's get into it. Today we have a terrific guest. Oh boy.
Hooey.
Hooey. Slap my cheeks and call me Mr. Geeks. I don't know.
What?
I was trying to sound cool, but I'm like, everything was,
No.
no. But it's okay. So yeah, we have a terrific guest, and I was just blown away by the performance. So I'm really looking forward to debuting him on the show.
Yeah.
And but in the meantime, how's everything going with you?
Things are going pretty good, actually. I don't know. This all kind of ties in. Do you remember back in the day, probably back in the 90s?
It's a blur.
Blockbuster Video.
You have no idea. No idea. I can remember as a kid. I loved Blockbuster. Okay, first off, I loved Blockbuster. I also loved the Music Forum. I don't know if you guys remember Music Forum, but anyways, it's the same thing as Blockbuster. But the going in, looking at the posters, seeing what would just hit VHS, and
Be Kind, Rewind.
Yeah. And then I also rent games. They had like this deal where like you can rent a VHS and a video game for like the Super Nintendo.
And it came with like a box of candy or something too, right?
Yeah.
Or popcorn or candy. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So that's how I would spend my Friday nights and Saturdays and Sundays, even when I was supposed to be doing homework. I didn't do homework. Anyways, and yeah, absolutely. Oh my God. Yeah.
So I went into my job because, we work normal Monday through Friday jobs also.
Mm-hmm.
And I see this random pouch on my desk and I'm like, the hell is this? And I look and it is a sticker.
Oh.
And I'm like, now I have a mystery sticker on my desk.
Okay.
And the sticker is made for a debit card. So I've now been playing with my Blockbuster membership card, debit card, thanks to my buddy Cameron. I figured it out because he's like a wicked prankster in the office. And I realized it was him. And I was like, was that you? He's like, you're going to have to be a little more specific on a Blockbuster membership card. And I'm like, yeah, it was totally you. I'm like, is this you saying you're old without telling me I'm old because you thought that like I had one of these? Because I totally did, but still, yeah, that's a 90s thing for you. And
hand that to a Gen Z and they'll be like, what's this?
Well, that's the thing is he's like, so let's like go to Popeyes and you pay for lunch and you hand them their membership card and see how long it takes for them to realize. And I don't know.
Sir, we don't accept this.
Yeah, so far everyone's kind of gotten the joke. But
That's
still,
good. That's
I think
good.
it's pretty cool.
That is.
There's my membership card.
Oh, you youngins wouldn't know how glorious TV days were back in the day.
Yeah, remember like commercials, like running to go to the bathroom and then having your sibling be like, "It's coming back on," and you like hurdle over the
yeah.
couch so you got back there in time and you didn't miss anything. And man,
Sad-
those were the days. What a time to be alive.
Saturday morning cartoons were just lit. I mean, Looney Tunes alone. You can't play Looney Tunes nowadays because it's not. Let's say.
There's cancel culture now.
Yeah. But it's okay. But I loved Saturday mornings. Like,
What about TGIF?
oh, TGI was another one,
Yeah.
another great one. I like Family Matters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No,
All the things.
all the things. I was trying to think of the other. Was it Boy Meets
Boy
World?
Meets World.
Was on there too.
Yeah, Step by Step.
Step by Step. That was the one I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was great.
Yeah, the 90s. It was a time to be alive for sure. And I mean, our guest today is a country music artist, and the first time I ever heard his music, he's young. He's very young. He's like 10 years younger than me, but he wasn't even around in the 90s, but his style brought me back to that nostalgic riding in the car with like my parents in the 90s listening to the old school country music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So 10 years younger than you. That means it's at least 40 years younger than me. But yeah, no, I totally.
40 years younger than you. You are 40.
Shh, they don't know that movie.
The math is not math in here, Christopher.
Well, I was never good at math. I see. I never did my math homework. So.
There you go. That's it.
That's it. 2 plus 2 is apple. Yeah. So, no, absolutely. This gentleman, I'm surprised that So I'm originally surprised that his music has been blown up beyond.
I know.
Yeah,
Seriously, it's such a missed opportunity so far.
But I get it now because like he's young. He's kind of early in his early.
He's mid-20s.
I mean, he's lived a lot. Don't get me wrong. He's lived.
He's
a life.
an old soul for sure.
He's an old soul. He's lived a life already, but he's got God willing, he's got so much more life to give.
Mm-hmm.
But the voice on this man.
Oh my God, incredible,
right? Just insane. And then his guitar, his skills are just top notch.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it's made perfect for country.
Oh yeah. So
made perfect.
hey Chris.
Hey Nikki.
If you dress like a cowboy, are you ranch dressing?
Actually, that's pretty good. But it's funny too, because like I was never really into country.
That's been always my jam. You know that.
I know. I was never really into country growing up. I definitely like it more now, but there's like, of course I know there's a Coldplay song I almost have memorized.
Clocks.
Yeah. I don't know how'd you guess it.
I don't know because you dragged me down that rabbit hole with you.
Yes, I did. But the only song that I know word for word is a country song.
Okay, what is it?
It's who's your daddy? Who's your baby? Who's your buddy? Who's your friend? I got the money. If you got the
Cue the maracas.
Yeah,
Jeez,
right.
Here we go.
That's gonna do.
That was strong. That was good.
Doo-doo.
All right, so that's going to be the karaoke song of the night tonight, then, huh?
Oh my God! If that busts out, I could do that one.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
I forgot I could even sing that. It's.
You have the perfect voice for it.
Who's the dad? Yeah. Well, I think Toby Keith had like a slightly octave lower than I did.
No, but you're killing it. All right, karaoke tonight. Me and you.
Karaoke. But yeah, so well, thank you. I appreciate that. But this guy does it way better than I do.
Way better than all of us combined.
All right. So let's get into it, guys. I hope you get to enjoy this as much as we did, and make sure that you share, because sharing is caring.
Of course.
All right.
And here's me taking this intro away in one take.
Yeah, we let's make that very clear.
Actually, I had to do the intro twice, but both times was in one take.
Which is amazing because it's usually 12 takes for one take. So I congratulate you.
Why, thank you.
So Nikki, why don't you go ahead and
Take it away one time. Today we're joined by Taylor Hughes from Webster, New Hampshire. At age 7, his father put a guitar in his hands because he saw how infatuated he was with music. Taylor grew up in a household filled with music thanks to his father being a musician himself and learning the country way of life from his grandfather. The oldies and goodies they introduced him to became the soundtrack of his life. Taylor's passion and goal is simple. He says, I don't sing country music because I like the way it sounds. I sing country music because I live it. It is about helping people forget their troubles, even if it's just for 3 minutes at a time. Music is a connection, helping people see and feel life through the stories we tell. Taylor is passionate about keeping the heart and soul of country music alive. Music saved his life, and he made it his mission to pay that forward, why he devoted his life to country music. Last June, Taylor sold out the Bank of New Hampshire stage in Concord, New Hampshire, and recently played a show at Jaffrey, New Hampshire at the Park Theater. He's coming up on 2 years of doing this full time. Thank you so much for hanging with us, Taylor.
Woo! Yes, thank you for coming down, man. Yeah, appreciate it. Guys, we are in for a ride. If you are not already familiar with Taylor, hold on to your... Buckle up, Buttercup, because she's about to go on a ride. Yeah. Thank you for coming down, my friend.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm blessed to be here.
Oh, well, we're blessed to
We're
have
blessed.
you. Yeah, right. Geez, man. So let's go ahead and just dive right in. What's your favorite color? No. So when did your journey with music first begin?
Oh, man. Well, I guess growing up in the house, my father was a musician, and I remember being really young and hearing all different kinds of music in the house. Everything from Jerry Garcia to the Allman Brothers, Vince Gill.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
You know, like there's so much coming out of him. You know, my father himself, back when he was around my age, you know, he was metalhead in the '80s. You know, playing Iron Maiden with the boys. You know, and you know, it come the '90s, he kind of slowed down and got into the country music thing, and you know, he showed me Clint Black and whatnot. There was, of course, you know, some Aerosmith, and Audio Slave, and Zeppelin 3 that was ingrained in my head as well. But you know, I remember the day that my father put a guitar in my hand, and I guess it's so big that like I remember it. You know, it was just such a significant event in my life. You know, considering I do it for a living now.
Yeah,
it's he was cleaning his room in his apartment, and he had the bootleg live show by Aerosmith playing in the background while he was cleaning, right? And I saw them playing Last Child and like Joe Perry doing Joe Perry stuff, with like a half naked lady on his guitar, and I was like, whoa, like I wanna be like him, you know? And then I went over to the corner next to it was like a full body mirror, and my father had a pink Fender Strat.
Ooh.
And I picked it up, and I just started to pretend like I was a part of the band. And, you know, he just kind of looked at me and saw, like, I guess, you know, it's time to maybe teach him a thing or two. And
that's awesome.
He sat me down, and he taught me how to play a few chords and whatnot. It took a little while.
Yeah.
I was a stubborn kid, but, you know, it took a little while, for sure.
Oh, that's beautiful. You know, there's so many, you know, musicians out there that started that way. You know, they had a lot of the influence from the family, and it's even not every household, you know, cultivates that. So that's cool that your father saw that in you and helped you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. So what was the first song that you learned how to play?
Oh no! So
on the water.
Well, yeah, okay. There was that, but you know, it started out really with little licks, like kind of just teaching me, like, of course, Aerosmith. I was infatuated with Aerosmith at a young age, so my father taught me little stuff.
I think "Walk This Way" was like, was the first thing I learned. Yes, that's the first thing I learned.
Yeah.
Right, and then.
Yep.
Right, I learned those two licks there, and it kind of went on from there to doing the Aussie.
Yeah,
Uzi. Right, and like it was, you know, it was just silly stuff like that. But I say like the first song that I learned how to play was a Bob Dylan song.
Okay.
And,
nice.
It was 3 chords, really easy for me to learn. You know, again, I was a stubborn kid.
What song was it?
It was "You Ain't Going Nowhere."
Perfect.
Ooh, yeah.
Perfect.
So, it was 3 chords. It was pretty simple, pretty easy. And then like as time kind of progressed, it was I started falling in love with the Allman Brothers, and he taught me "Blue Sky" by the Allman Brothers. And
that's cool. I love that song.
I say today that like that was like really the first song that I learned how to play front to back and was able to play along with my father.
Oh, that's cool.
Because there had to be a part there where I soloed along with him, and then after I finally kind of got it down, like that was the one song that my father would like. We'd go to family functions or parties or whatnot.
That was like your party trick.
He would bring he would bring the 2 guitars, and he would basically be like, he would just bring me out the guitar, and he's like, "Look, I taught him that, my little prodigy." You know, it's like just like a proud father thing, you know.
Cool.
And it was I like to say that he kind of just put the guitar in my hand and just beat it into me, figuratively and also literally at times, you know. But
right.
I wouldn't trade it for the world, you know. I was stubborn, so
yeah. Well,
I was young. I was young.
That's awesome. And then did you finding your voice happen shortly after? Did it happen way after?
Oh man, it took me a little while to like kind of get up the nerve to sing in front of people.
Yeah.
You know, if you do a deep dive, and I suggest you don't, please, you can find some stuff on my personal page there.
It's out there.
It's out there, and it sucks that it's out there, but it's out there. Right. And it was me doing. I think it was the first song I ever put out onto Facebook to like show people that I was playing music and singing and whatnot. Was an Uncle Kracker song.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
And yeah, it was. I was right about like 12 years old or something like that.
Right on.
Yeah, like 12 or 13. And you know, then I would do, you know, the open mics or talent shows at school.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, and then from there on, I guess the rest is kind of history. I just didn't stop singing after that.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I know. It's funny how that journey goes. It's not always the same with everybody, but the fact that you know, you've kept at it, that your father helped you so much, and now you're out there, and now because you've developed this voice that's just like perfect for country.
Yeah.
Like it's like perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so I know those things usually take a lot of practice.
Yeah, to perfect for sure. And I mean, that's one of the things I was even when we were talking, you know, I'm like, I listen to your music and it takes me back to driving in the car with my parents in like the 90s, listening to like George Strait and Tracy Byrd and all of them, Vince Gill. And that's, you just have that very nostalgic, classic country sound to you.
I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So that's awesome. So then now we're at your high school days, and So after high school, did you what'd you do then? Did you keep pursuing music like a almost like a full-time thing, or was that still like a part-time thing?
Well, there was a little bit of a blurry part there right after high school. But, you know, I was 17, and I was telling all of my teachers, I was telling them, you know, this ain't for me. School is not for me. It's not what I want to do. The day I turned 18, I dropped out of high school, and I said, I'm running to Nashville. I don't care if I have to be homeless on the streets. I'm going to go make it big in country music. And I never did, because I'm too much of a mama's boy and I couldn't leave my mother. But I am so glad that I didn't run down to Nashville in my 2000 Subaru Outback with my Yamaha guitar. I would have been eaten alive with a $90 acoustic guitar down there on the streets. It would have been horrific. But after high school, really, you know, I had to figure out what to do with my life. And you know, music wasn't this. Music has always been so profound in my life, and you know, it's been my whole life for as long as I can remember. And you know, but I had to get some money here and there, and I figured I'd get into the workforce, I guess. I mean, I started swinging hammers with my Uncle Jason. Shout out Uncle Jason. And he taught me how to swing hammers and frame to finish type stuff. You know, carpentry and whatnot. And from there on, I kind of just swung hammers and did odd end jobs and everything from property management to carpentry, and then pushing snow in the winter,
right,
and doing what I can to make money here and there. And then eventually I ended up joining the union, the carpenters union.
Yeah, okay.
And that didn't last too long.
Oh, okay.
Because that was when I guess kind of music was getting a little more. I wasn't getting serious with music, playing shows and recording and whatnot. Like throughout high school, I had friends, like, kind of backtracking here. I had friends that like said, I have ways to put out music and like iTunes, Spotify, and whatnot. And I took the opportunity and I brought that $90 Yamaha guitar to some basement or bedroom studio and recorded. Shout out Rob Ellis. Anyway, so there's going to be a lot of those little shout outs here.
No worries. Yeah.
But I joined the Carpenters Union, and actually one of the last job sites I was on before I left the union, quit the job to pursue music full time, was actually down here at Gardner, at the school down here.
Oh wow!
Oh, no kidding.
We were building that school down there. I was hanging panels.
Oh wow!
This time of year.
Oh man!
This time of year, like 3 years ago. So
cool.
It's crazy to look back, but I thought that was a little bit of a fun fact. One of the last job sites I was on was right here in town.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
it's incredible too, because not everybody, inspiring musicians that are out there that are young, they see a lot of these successful musicians, and they're like, oh, it's easy. You just finish school. And then you get thrown right into the career. Like no, it's a journey, and
there's dues to be paid.
Yes, there are dues to be paid. Yeah.
They say 10,000 hours.
Yeah,
I bet 10,000 hours, and it's I don't know how true that is, but we're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out, right?
We're gonna find out, because I don't plan on quitting anytime soon. But,
man.
There was a time there in high school, and again, backtracking is, totally going over my head, is like I did the whole American Idol thing. Yeah. And I tried out for American Idol down at the Boston Commons. Didn't make it through, but then I went and did something up in New Hampshire at one of the community colleges there. They had a New Hampshire Idol, and basically nice. What that entailed was you get the silver ticket, and then the silver ticket takes you right in front of Katy Perry. And,
wow.
And all that stuff, right? So I made it to the semifinals in that. I think it was 2018, or it might have been, no, it was 2017 I did it, and I made it into the top 25. I was one of the 4 male vocalists that made it into the semifinals, and then the next year I did it, I was one of 3 male vocalists that made it into the semifinals down there.
Yeah.
And, it was really cool, and looking back now, dude, I was 18 years old. My voice was not that.
It wasn't. Yeah, right.
Not that.
Yeah.
It really wasn't. I had some work to do, and playing a lot of shows, I guess, was the work.
I'll develop that.
Develop it a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely a process finding your voice. You might be able to remember the lyrics, you might be able to sing, but then you got to really hone in on that uniqueness of your voice, making your own stand out.
That's it. And there was one thing that I really wanted to make profound here on today on this podcast. It's like I was watching an interview, and it was Vince Gill. Actually, it was an interview with Vince Gill, and he said, like coming through the ropes with him, it wasn't so much that like I'm not here singing and playing this guitar to impress anybody. at all. This is just what I do, and it's not to impress anybody at all. I want to move people. That's what I want to do, because I know how much music has moved me and affected my life in so many positive ways. And like Nikki said in the intro, like music has legitimately saved my life.
Amen.
And it's the one thing that I can't go without, and I think the world needs more of.
Well, Nikki,
Yes.
get ready for this segue.
Oh God. All right.
Let's go ahead and move some people right now. You got a
All
song?
right.
You got a song?
Oh, I think so. I think
right.
so here. It's I put out this live EP out on iTunes and Spotify this past summer, and on the way up to the studio, I didn't know what I was gonna play,
Okay.
but I had to pick 3 songs, and of course I had to pick some original songs. But this one song was it's like a toothache. It just wouldn't leave my head, and for some reason something pulled me to record this and put it out. And it's one of my all-time favorites. And it was originally written. It was written by Dean Dillon, but I believe it was written by Dean Dillon for Mr. George Strait, the king of country music, one would say. But I think that somebody else had a little bit better of a version of it, and that was Mr. Keith Whitley, who, in my mind, potentially could be the king. But I wanted my name to be right next to theirs. So I decided to record this song here, and hope you guys enjoy. It's called Nobody in His Right Mind. I burn with desire each time my heart fans the fire to that old flame that burns inside of me. She cried when I left her. Now I cry to forget her. How foolish I was to ever want to leave. Nobody in his right mind would have left her. I had to be crazy to say goodbye. Nobody in his right mind left her. Even my heart was smart enough to stay behind. I still carry her picture. I wish her well for that new love that I know she's found by now. Each night finds me dreaming, and each day I spend thinking, oh, how I wish she was still around. Nobody in his right mind would have left her. I had to be crazy to say goodbye. Nobody in his right mind would have left her. Even my heart is smart enough to stay behind. Even my heart is smart enough to stay behind.
Woo! Oh man!
A little bit of a sad, slow tune, but
Yeah, no, I
it's
love
one of
it.
my favorites.
Honestly, it was that song that instantly I'm like, George Strait. Like all of the hearing that, I was like, oh man, that just took me back.
Thank you.
That vibe, yes,
Love that. Thank
definitely.
you.
Oh yeah. So Nikki, you want to jump in with a question?
Sure. So living or dead, a dream artist that you would like to collaborate with,
Oh man, I think that's.
or you could do a living and a dead.
I think that's. I think that. Oh, whoa! Show this table here. I think that one's pretty easy. If on the dead side of it, Keith Whitley has been a staple in my life for a very, very long time, and I think hands down, without a doubt, he's my favorite artist and favorite country artist, and I would absolutely love to just pick his brain, collaborate with, make music with, sing with, be on stage with. I just want to be in the room and shake that man's hand. Mm-hmm. That's it. But I mean, a living one, I guess, could be also pretty easy as well. Now, there's definitely different forms of country music.
Sure.
There's like the singer-songwriter type stuff. There's, Nashville country music, and there's Texas style of country music.
Oh, yeah.
And when I think of myself, I think of, doing these swing tunes and ballad tunes. I think of a lot of the Texas style of country music. So, if there ever were a chance where I could be on the same stage or share a stage with Mr. Cody Johnson, I think that would be a sure pleasure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cody, you heard it here, man.
Yeah, come on out, Cody. What's up?
Hook this brother up. I'm sure he's watching.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure of it. Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, I want to get back into...
I'm going to put this guitar down for a second.
Oh, yeah, sure. I want to go ahead and get back into that journey that you had. So when you then, developed your voice and fine-tuned it, did you then start pursuing just shows? Did you start doing some recording? How did that all transpire? So,
I wasn't really able to take anything too serious, for a long time. It was right around, I was about 22 years old, and I fell more in love with music, and I really wanted to do this thing, and I wanted to stop working for the man, of course, and I wanted to be doing my own thing, work for myself, and then make music and sing to people and get people singing along and whatnot. But it wasn't until May of 2022 where I decided I made the biggest jump in my life, and I decided to get sober. And
amen, brother.
And it wasn't until then my life was unmanageable, and it wasn't until I got into that journey where it kind of opened my eyes to what I'm capable of doing with a clear head, obviously, right. and the correct way of life, and it was the summer of 2022 where I started playing out more at some local bars and restaurants and whatnot in the Concord area, and I got some speed, and then I think I was like just about a month sober, and I got laid off from the union, and I had like 2 weeks off, and I did nothing but play my guitar and just swing golf clubs and just things
right.
And it was kind of an eye opener for me where this music thing is I'm still pretty young, and
right.
It takes a while, so why wait? And I started playing more throughout the summer of 22, and I had this Martin that I got when I was about 18 years old. I saved up birthday money and Christmas money and gift cards to Strings and Things in Concord, and I saved up all this money to and I played a bunch of shows. I played a couple shows and took my tips from that. And I bought this guitar when I was 18, and I played that guitar for that was 2017. I got that guitar. I played it from 17 to 22, and
wow.
In the summer of 2022, man, I started playing so many shows, and I was not very aware of how heavy my right hand is.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And that guitar quickly exploded.
No.
It was a studio style Martin, and it wasn't it wasn't built for playing a bunch of shows, right? So right. Here I am like trying to make some side money and whatnot. I got thrown onto a new job site building the Elliott Hospital up in Manchester, and I had nowhere to go. I had no guitar, and I had these shows coming up. So my father lent me it was a DCM Martin DCM with the cutaway in it. It's from like 98. It's like things older than me. He always says that thing's older than you. It's like that's the way my father is with everything. It's like you see that gas can. It's 30 years old. It's older than you, pal. It's like that's just who my father is. But he let me this guitar, and he was gracious enough to let me play some shows with it. And that's when I started like I remember playing shows all the way out to like Hampton Beach and Concord and all the way out into Milford and all over the place with that guitar, all throughout the end of the summer, fall, and into the winter, you know. And I saved up every single penny and bar tab that I had to buy a new guitar. And I was looking for this D18. My father's gonna love that I'm telling this story because he loves this story. But you know, I saved up all this money, and I wanted a Martin. That's why I know I love Martins. I was named after the guitar.
Yeah.
But I play a Martin.
Right.
And I was named after Taylor guitars.
Right.
And, I play Martins. But I was saving up for this D18, and I went and I was looking all over the place, and they didn't have the right D18, and I wanted the Amber Burst and whatever, Amber Tone, and I made the mistake of picking up this guitar here that's next to me, and it was not D18 price. It was close to double that. So I had some more time to be to playing some shows and collecting some paychecks from the union to pay for this guitar. But I got this guitar, and after that we played a New Year's show in 2022 into 23, and after that I started really taking it serious. I got a call that winter to open up for a band called Grain Thief.
Okay.
My good friend Mike Harmon. He's the bass player for their band, and a bunch of Berkeley boys, bunch of guys. They're phenomenal musicians, and they asked me to open up for them at the Bank of New Hampshire stage right in Concord.
Yep.
And that was like really the first showcase with this guitar, and I was like, wow, like I can do this. Like I can play a bunch of music. That was April of 2023, and I was like, wow, like I can really do this thing, playing music. And it kind of opened my eyes, and I started booking more shows. I started booking more shows all over New Hampshire and New England. And then kind of time came where I was working, 50, 60 hours a week with the union. And, I brought the idea to my father. And I said to him, it's like, hey, Dad, like I'm thinking it's time for me to maybe go full time.
That's a scary move.
Music full time, And of course, when I first got sober, I had nowhere to go, so I went going to my father like help.
Yeah,
and he gave me a room for $400 a month, and I could save money that way, not having to have a bunch of money to rent. Wicked grateful. But I brought the idea to him, and it's like that one Waylon Jennings song, it's just like. As we sit on the front porch, that old gray house where I was born and raised, staring at the dusty fields. And it's just like, it's that moment where like I came to him and I kind of like laid it all on the table, and he's like, good luck, pal. And I was like, no, I'm serious. Like, I think I can do this. And he's like, I'll support you no matter what. At the end of the day, win, fail, whatever.
Oh, I love that.
He's like,
Awesome.
you're my boy, and I will always be here for you. So that really gave me the motivation to do it. So
shout out, Dad.
Shout out, Dad. Big time shout out, Dad. I love
Yeah.
you. And it was April 29th. I played that show on April 14th at the Bank of New Hampshire stage, and opening up for Grain Thief. And it was April 29th where I walked into my foreman and I said, hey, man, I need a layoff.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? Like, dude, you've been here for like, he's like, what do you mean you need a layoff? And I'm like, dude, I think I'm going to try to do music full time, and he's like, okay, sure. So he gave me the layoff, and he's like, well, when do you think you'll be back? And I'm like, I don't know. Shout out Tommy.
Hopefully never.
Hopefully never. This thing's and you know what? This stuff is it's been going all right so far. So
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
I mean, I'm not going to say that stomping on hardwood floors and leaning over this guitar is any easier or harder than swinging hammers for 40 hours a week. That's a bull-faced lie. It's so much easier. And why would I ever go back to swinging hammers? If I can make this happen, I'm gonna work as hard as I possibly can and try to just stay busy and try to grow as a musician, as a person. And
That's great. I love that story. And first off, I just want to say thank God that you have survived. That sobriety, is huge. So I can congratulate you.
And having that support is amazing
100%.
as well.
It's only by the grace of God. I will say that.
Right.
I'm blessed today.
And sometimes, not to speak lightly of it, but to just shed the some light on the lighter side of things, is that when we are put into those places of difficulty, we're fighting those demons, sometimes it gives us opportunities to change direction, change course.
Absolutely.
And, I love the fact that you, again, focused in on your music, you honed it in, you just, it's that dream, right?
Yeah.
And that's so inspiring for others that are out there that are struggling, who are going through the same thing. And a lot of them are without hope, but they don't realize, what's living inside of them. They don't realize that talent that they're denying. Yeah. So to see you not only survive that, but to then be doing this full time and really, chasing after your dreams, really inspiring to those others. So I hope you guys take a page from his book. And the fact that you've gone through that already at such a young age. Some people, it takes like decades
Years.
to go to learn.
Yeah. It takes a lot of pain.
It does.
Yeah. But 100%. 100%.
But I'm glad, because now we have fantastic music that you're sharing with us, and we couldn't be prouder of you, buddy.
Yeah, well, thank you so much.
And it's just this is just the beginning for you, and it's going to be really cool to follow your journey also.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah.
And so, not to be a little pat yourself on the back, but this is
pat yourself on the back.
But this, but this show is going to launch his career. No.
Yeah.
No, guys, seriously. Yeah. So, well, speaking of which, why don't we get into another song?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's do it here. This song I wrote. A few years back, and I had it released out onto iTunes and Spotify for a few years there, and it wasn't until this year where I decided, that I gotta get some sound out that's gonna be really my sound and what was out there, and it's music evolves, and I decided to re-release this song on December 1st, and it's a song I wrote about growing up with family, friends, loved ones, pissing off my mother like any good boy does. And, I always say I've never heard a country song about a pickup truck before, so I figured I'd write the first one ever.
There you go.
And,
right.
I wrote it about my first pickup truck and that my grandfather bought me when I was 16 years old. And I don't think he knows truly the impact that it made on me. But it's made enough of an impact, at least, that I wrote country music about it. And while we were recording, I met my producer, Mark Robillard, and shout out Mark. And we started recording the song, re-recording the song, and he says, there's something missing. And I'm like, okay, well, like, what do you think? And he's like, something. I'm like, okay, so what does that entail? Like, what do you think? You want to get I got this guy, he plays guitar, blah, blah, blah. We can come in here, you bring him in the telly, and you bend the telly strings a little bit. And he's like, we can outreach. And we ended up reaching out to one of the members of Cody Johnson's band. His name is Harrison. Oh, man, I'm going to butcher it. His name's Harrison Yount. I don't know. He's a Texas fella. It's a tough one. But he's Cody Johnson's live steel pedal player.
Ooh.
And, putting this song, just some kid from Podunk, Webster, New Hampshire, having a song sound like an actual country song is just insane to me. It sounds like a George Strait song. It's like, it's like as soon as you put steel guitar on anything, I think it sounds like a George Strait song. But
takes you back to those, like, here's one for you. The old Sunday morning country oldies.
That's it. And once we released it, once we finished the product, it was just wow. So if you do like the song, go listen to it on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you buy, sell, listen to music. My name's Taylor Hughes, and this is a song I wrote called Back Road. Hope you guys enjoy. song about a back road, those memories that no one knows. Wish I could go back and live those days ago. Here's another song about a back road. Those days that passed oh so fast, the tires are squealing, my foot's in the gas of that Dodge truck as you're next to me, looking so good in your favorite blue jeans. Well, I might have to admit it was fun in that dirt pit where I shoot my guns, where my grandpa always told me, oh, shoot straight, gotta slow your heartbeat. Here's another song about a back road, those memories that no one knows. Wish I could go back and live those days ago. Here's another song about a back road. Here's my song. When I was 16, sneaking out with two buddies in my cab, and we tried to drift around that tree. Swerved real fast, I got thrown out the seats, and I was scared to death to tell my mom. She'd say, what the hell was going on through your thick head? She pulled me close, as long as you're okay is what matters the most. And here's another song about a back road, those memories that no one knows. Wish I could go back and live those days ago. Here's another song about a back road. So many songs on the radio. Here's a story of my own. Here's my song about a back road, and those loved ones that mean the most. Wish I could go back and see their friendly ghost. Here's another song about a back road. Here's my song. Just another song about a back road. Here's my song.
Wow. Take me on the back road.
You know, I originally wrote that song, to get stuck in people's head.
Yeah.
Right? But of course, I wrote it like every other country song. My original point of it is to kind of make fun of this new country music that was, all sounds the same, but
Right.
like it's just another song, singing about a back road and a truck and a girl and guns and beer and it's just it was originally that, and now I guess it's kind of turned into like a little bit of an anthem, and like everybody that comes out to see me, they're like, play back road. So it's fun.
That's awesome.
You are a great songwriter, though. Like, you were painting a picture in my mind, like, and with your mom, like, as long as everybody was okay, what were you thinking? Like, I was like picturing that in my mind. So no, that was great.
It's a lot. The visual part of it for me is that's like a big thing in music. Like I get a lot that, like, these ballads. Like, I write like a lot of ballad kind of tunes, and like all these things like that. It's all true stories. Like in Back Road there, like I talk about like sneaking out, and me and my buddies had a couple soda pops, and we decided to go out and have some fun. What do you do in Webster, New Hampshire? There's nothing to do there other than trees.
Yeah.
Right. That's it. So like, but if you had a pickup truck, the world was your oyster. You could do whatever you want.
Sure.
I mean, mud pits and sand pits and back roads and dirt roads and whatnot. And I was 16. We snuck out, and again, we having some fun. And I had my Dodge that my grandfather bought me, and we went around this turn there on Garish Road in Webster, and ended up hitting a sign and some rock wall, and driving it back home. And my grandfather, being pissed, and my mother slapped me upside the head, and you know, but another one there, like it didn't really click with me. Like I know why I wrote the line, but it was talking about like, you know, it sounds silly and kind of cliche, like, you know, if you want to shoot straight, you got to slow your heartbeat, right? But like, it was this past deer season, I thought about it. Like I remember being like 8 years old, and my grandfather would bring us out to the sand pit, and we'd shoot the rifles, get them sighted in for deer season. And what he would have us do is he would set up the target, and he would have us run to the target and then run back.
Ooh.
And then run to the target and then run back. So
it's making you do suicides.
And then making us do suicides and then try to shoot to simulate buck fever.
Oh.
Yeah. That's smart.
That's you know, so it's like, you know, if you want to shoot straight, you gotta know how to hold the gun tight to your shoulder and slow everything down to make sure you make a nice shot, you know, but obviously there's a deer in front of you, so you can be like,
right.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't sing country music because I like the way it sounds.
Wow. And we'll be right back after these brief messages.
In 2025, be on the lookout for Derek D. Acoustics' upcoming album, Ashes to Acoustics, The Sonic Revival. Throughout the year, Derek will be releasing several singles, leading up to the full album release, which will include a few extra tunes just for you. Ashes to Acoustics features live acoustic covers performed at open mics at the Otter River Pub, recorded by Soundbites events and open mics. You'll find them on all streaming platforms, so make sure you follow Derek at Derek D. Acoustic to stay updated on these releases. Enjoy Ashes to Acoustics, the Sonic Revival in 2025 and beyond.
And now back to our show.
So you've done over 400 shows, you were saying.
Something close to it.
Something close to that.
In the past 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, so you've probably encountered some crazy things along the way. You must have some good stories to tell.
Oh yeah,
Ooh, I like this one.
I've had some fun stuff happen. Of course, up at the beach in
good old Hampton Beach.
Hampton Beach down there on L Street. Can get kind of dark at night, and you know, there's plenty of blue light situations and god awful things, but you know, there's a lot of that, which I probably prefer not to speak about, but not involving me, but you know, other people, and hope they're okay. But other than that, you know, I can't tell you how many times that I've almost eaten my microphone from people coming up and dancing a little too close and knocking my teeth, coming close to knocking my teeth out with my mic,
God.
you know, bumping into me. And of course,
God.
you know, I got some of my tough guy pals that come with me to these shows sometimes, and they're like, "Hey, buddy, get moving." You know, it's all fun, but you know, there's a lot of beauty that I've seen. You know, traveling all over New England, playing these shows. You know, just things that are like, you know, I didn't really notice. And again, you know, I hate to like, you know, keep coming back to it, but it's my entire life. You know, before sobriety, you know, I couldn't ever really notice these things.
Sure.
You know, because it was always just go and you know, it was mostly a blur. You know, and a lot of gray areas, like I said, and you know, going and seeing these places and going up to Lewiston, Maine, and playing the Great Falls Balloon Festival up there. That was it's so fun. I've done it 2 years in a row now, and you know, this past summer, me and my lady, we went up and we went on tour. Went on a main tour, right? And we went up and I played a show in York, Maine, and then we went all the way up York, Maine on a Wednesday, and then we went up to Fry Island. I don't know if you guys have
Sounds
Fry
familiar.
Island, yeah.
Sounds familiar, yeah.
But it's a private island, and it's a golf course island.
Ooh.
And,
there you
go on.
So it's just island with a golf course on
I
it with
love
these
that.
like $1 million, like there's like, you know, cabins,
Sure.
but like
Yeah.
there's like these big extravagant houses and stuff, and you take a ferry on over, and we stayed overnight, and I played Thursday and Friday night, and like I got to golf on Friday morning. It was a whole lot of fun,
that's
you know.
awesome.
That's awesome.
But you know, just things like that, you know, and then man, probably many more that you know, it all happens pretty fast. You know, life goes by really, really fast when you're busy.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Busy like this, you know. And
Yeah.
the older I get, I guess I kind of see that happening a little bit more. You know,
Yeah.
it's going a little bit faster. You know.
I know that's, and then when it does do that, if you ever get the opportunity to slow down,
Smell the roses.
right? Smell those. That you take it because, like, man, those are the moments to capture. But yeah, I know it's like Nikki and I here. We work full-time jobs. I own a business, and then we do the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we just, I see the apartment for sleeping periods, and that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
One of my favorite things is like seeing like all the food, the coffee shops, and like everywhere I go, if I get a chance to pop into a Harley Davidson, I'm gonna pop into a Harley Davidson.
Oh, there you go.
You need a shirt everywhere you go.
That's it, man. That's it. A lot of fun. That's fun
cool.
on the road,
That's cool. So then, so speaking of on the road, if you had the opportunity to play at a venue, your ultimate goal venue,
What's your dream venue?
Dream venue. Where would that be?
Oh man, well, the dream venue, I guess for most people, and especially I guess when it comes to country music, is out there in Colorado.
Red Rocks.
Red Rocks, yeah.
It's a crowd favorite on the
Of course,
show.
but you know what? The thing is I live my life 24 hours at a time, and I can do my best today, and that's what I was given, was just today. So what I can do is I can focus on doing the next right thing to set myself up for tomorrow, and if that's what that looks like in 2025, let's say, if I keep doing that in 2025, my hope is to be talk to some people and get a show over there at the Tupelo there in London.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be that could be a fun one there. If not, the next big goal is to open up for some fellows.
Yeah.
That's great. And there's a lot of, people who like, well, that's not going to happen, or blah, blah, blah. But you really got to believe in yourself and manifest it. I'm a huge believer of
Manifestation, definitely.
Yeah.
Speak it into existence, man.
That's right.
Yeah,
Speak it
absolutely.
into existence.
Yeah. Cool. Do you have a question, Nick? Nick?
Yeah. Do you have any advice that you would give to any musicians just starting out?
Oh man, just starting out now. My father, being the man that taught me about music, how to love and appreciate music for what it is. It may be a little different because I'm his son, but he's hard, but it's kind of just straight up to the point.
Mm-hmm.
And it's as simple as, if you think you can do this thing, then stop and jump. Just jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the thing. Because if you think, and I'll try to say into the camera, jump, make the decision. It's been the best decision that I've made in my entire life.
Yeah.
So if you have the desire to do this, put your all into your craft. Don't let the craft die. Don't let people fill your head full of air, and be yourself and jump. Just do the thing.
That's awesome.
I love that.
That's awesome.
Definitely.
Let's see. Where are we on that clock? I
44.
Because I kind of want to get.
Another song.
Yeah. Seriously, I absolutely. I'm a fan. You got another fan.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I like hearing that.
I
That's
feel
good.
like his music would be so much fun. Like if we were taking a road trip somewhere.
Oh
just
my God.
Yeah.
But
Throw your album on and just let it play as we go on a road trip. Like it's, I don't know.
not only
I love
that, but I feel like, and you probably see this firsthand. You go to the bars and you have these musicians that are playing and they're great and all, but people are still talking and they're still like doing their own thing in their own little worlds. But I feel like you, man, go in there, play your music, and everybody just stops and like gets into what you're doing.
You see, the thing is I think that's part of paying the dues. And, there's going to be many of shows where, in my future, where I'm going to be playing to people's backs. And, and you know what? That's okay. Because, eventually that hopefully, God willing, that'll pay off, in the long run. But there's going to be many of shows where that's the case.
That's the case, right?
But another thing is like you could either be background music or you could set a presence in the room. I try to set a presence in the room, and trying to dial in the craft.
Right.
That's it. I do a lot of storytelling, and much like I have between each of these songs here, telling you what I wrote them about, why I wrote them. So it's the same thing. Yeah.
Well, you're about to play to people's fronts right now because we are all watching.
All right. Well, that's good.
No pressure.
All right. So now I have a question here.
Yeah.
Do you guys want an original song or do you want a cover? Because people can find my music on iTunes and Spotify, and they can find my music other ways. Do you want to hear a cover song or do you want to hear an original?
I think we should hear a cover, don't you?
Yeah, let's just go for a cover.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So because this one's been weighing on me the past couple of days. It's a song, and like a lot of this country music. When people think of country music, they think of guys like George Strait, George Jones, and Alan Jackson, and all these greats, right?
Yeah.
But there's so much that the world's like missing or like not forgetting about because they cannot be forgotten. They're out there. But like guys like Ronnie Millsap, and Sammy Kershaw.
Mm-hmm.
Like when was the last time you turned on any form of music device that you know and heard Vidalia coming through?
Right.
It's like there's so much of that, and there's so much.
It gets lost to everything else.
It gets
going
lost.
on.
Like when was the last time you heard the name John Michael Montgomery?
Right.
Right.
That was a staple in my childhood.
Yeah. Same.
And along with this guy here, and. He's a little bit newer there than John Michael and George Strait and all them, but he was a staple in my childhood, and this song means a whole lot to me. I love this tune here, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well. It's a little Craig Morgan tune.
Ooh, okay.
Nice.
Let's see if I can get it down here. I might pull up the lyrics here just to be safe. I just learned this one the other day, and it's like I said, it's been weighing on me. So let me give me
get it out
a
there.
second here. I apologize for the dead space. But
I can fill dead space.
yeah, you can fill dead space. That's good. That's good. So
We'll handle it in post. It's good.
all right, here we go. So this song here reminds me of my grandparents, and it's just a good tune. So I hope you guys enjoy it. He was standing in the rubble, that old farmhouse outside Birmingham, waiting on the scene reporter, stuck a camera in the face of that old man. He said, "Tell the folks, please, mister, what are you gonna do now that this twister is taking all that's dear to you?" Smile, let me tell you something. This ain't nothing. He said, "I lost my daddy when I was 8 years old. That cave-in at the Kankakee mine left a big old hole. I lost my baby brother, my best friend, and my left hand in a no-win situation in a place called Vietnam. And last year I lost my loving wife, 50 years west of Wendy. We were holding hands till her heart of gold stopped pumping. So this ain't nothing." He said, "I learned at an early age, those things that matter, those things that don't. So if you're sitting here waiting for me to cry, I hate to disappoint you, boy, but I won't." Well, he reached down in the rubble and picked up a photograph, wiped the dirt off of it with a hand that he still had. He put it to his lips and said, "Boy, she was something. But this ain't nothing." He said, "I lost my daddy when I was 8 years old. That cave-in at the Kankakee mine left a big old hole. I lost my baby brother, best friend, and my left hand in a no-win situation in a place called Vietnam. And last last year I lost my loving wife. 50 years fighting for life. We were holding hands when her heart of gold stopped pumping. So this ain't nothing. No, this ain't nothing time can't replace. And this ain't nothing that money can't replace. You said you watched your loving wife 50 years fighting for life. Then you hold her hand when her heart of gold stops pumping. Or that's something. But this ain't nothing. This ain't nothing.
Woo!
It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one to get through.
Yeah.
Man, that's powerful, though.
It
is.
And you learned that a few days.
Yeah, just a couple days ago.
Oh,
I picked
my
that one
God.
back up. Yeah, I mean, I've known it my whole life, but
Right.
yeah,
Wow.
it's a tough one.
Well, you served it well, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. These interviews are we're spoiled, right?
We are.
We are.
Not only do we have like our own private concert, but
Right?
yeah, no, we're definitely spoiled.
Yeah, it's so amazing. I mean,
I'll be sending you guys the invoice.
yeah. Okay. I just we feel so honored and blessed to be able to, and I mean not only just hear your music, but to also find out the story behind the musician and to hear your journey, because I think that's a mission of the show, right? Is to not only you introduce your music to the world, but for people to get to know the person behind the music. Because I feel as though when a person can make that personal connection with that musician, they become that much more invested in their music.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. I mean, that's a lot of the reason why I tell these stories. It's like, I mean, again, it's like I've dedicated my whole life to country music, and that means that I dive into musicians and their stories and their backgrounds and like how they got there, because of course I want to know.
Right.
I want to know how they got there, so I can potentially make the same route. Maybe who knows.
Yeah.
Now again, Luke Combs is Luke Combs. I'm not trying to be anybody that I'm not trying to be anybody but Taylor Hughes. Because that's all I have, and that stuff's already sold.
That's right.
But I like telling those stories and getting into the history of it, deep diving into stuff, because some of these songs people have never heard. Like Joe Diffie, I do this one tune by Joe Diffie that like is just as good, if not better, than John Deere Green. And like I'm like, what? Like it's called Liquid Heartache. It's like, well, I feel like a fool staring at the fool looking in the mirror at me. And it's like, how do people not gravitate to that? Like that's such a good tune.
It's a toe tapper.
Exactly. That's it.
Awesome. That's awesome. I'm telling you, we're just so just again, we're blessed to be where we are, and I absolutely appreciate you giving us your background and just sharing the music, man. I am really like world. Okay, I'm gonna talk to the industry. like if you don't make this man on the top of that song chart list, you're missing out, right? Like, come on. I'm telling you, it's great. It's great. So let's get into just a few more questions, and then I think we can finish off with one more song after that, because we are nearing the end, folks, which is sad.
Time flies when you're having fun.
That's right.
It.
Yeah.
I go over the clock and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Get started.
So just
Don't look at that one.
just
No.
FYI, that one's an hour. Yeah.
I got a show to get to.
Yeah, that's right. No, we got you. Yeah. So, all right. So now I know your career is just it's still in its not infant stage, but it's still.
It's that.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
It's that. I got a long way to go, man.
Right.
I know it.
Okay.
At least I know it.
So, but out of all the experiences so far that you've had, can you share a moment when you felt like you've achieved a major milestone?
Well, that'd probably be. I mean, it's hometown type stuff, but it was huge, and playing the Bank of New Hampshire stage back in June was electric.
Oh, I can imagine.
It was magical, and to have my community come together and all my friends and my family and fans come on down, it was. I think we sold 312 seats.
Wow.
To a 300 max capacity.
Wow.
I was the first person in their history to sell that place out.
That's
And,
amazing.
That's crazy.
On that stage. Now this is milestones.
Yeah.
Sold out show at the Bank of New Hampshire stage. Taylor Hughes on the marquee, right?
Yeah.
And of course I have my lovely lady, Miss
Yeah.
Elizabeth, and she sings it herself. Sings a little bit herself.
Oh,
so I
nice.
had her come up on stage with me, and
that's awesome.
I got to sing a couple tunes, and throughout the entire night, I don't know if she noticed it, but I was kind of just confessing my love to her the entirety of the night, and then she came up and we sang a few songs, and it was again magical. And in front of 300 people, I got down on her knee and I asked her to spend the rest of her life with me, and she said yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
So talk about a milestone. So
Wow.
shout out Lizzie, I love you. But
That's
yeah.
okay. So I'm
I hate to
just,
get gushy on you, but that's a big milestone, man. That's the love of my life.
so we asked that question to a couple other musicians. I'm sorry, no one's going to beat that one.
No.
That answer. No, like,
Yeah, no, that was
That's
that was a magic moment, man. And I got my cameraman here, Maxfield. He's in the house, and
shout out to Max.
and he the entire time we had this whole thing planned out, right? We went,
Yeah.
I bought the ring, and I was like, dude, I need a huge favor. I know you're doing pictures and videos and stuff that night, but
Yeah.
I also need you to carry this ring. So he held on to it for like a month and like into his truck. And,
No pressure.
and throughout the whole night, he had it in his pocket, and we got the whole thing on video, where the handoff from Max to me, and that's out on TikTok. You see that
Oh
out
my
there. It's
God,
on
I love
Facebook and
that.
whatnot. And yeah, man, it was just a magical night, and I could not imagine being spending my life with somebody else. Somebody that loves and supports me like she does, and knows that there's going to be a lot of dues to pay, and a lot of times where I'm going to be gone. And it's silly now. I talk about being gone, and I'm just in New England, but like those getting home at 3 a.m. and waking her up every night.
Yeah.
It takes a toll on her, and
Right.
and I'm not. Yeah.
But
Thinking of her and the whole thing, and it's special, man. I
Yeah.
love that woman.
that's when you have that special bond with that person, like they aren't just like your spouse or a roommate. I mean, they're your partner. They're invested in you, and not just in you yourself, but what you're doing and everything like that. And so when you have a marriage like that, that's when you know you found the right one.
Yeah, it's the prioritizing, and like
Right.
she knows where I'm at, and as silly as it may sound, like she knows like kind of where she lands on the on the board, when it comes to priorities. But of course, sobriety being number one, and then trying to make this career not just for myself, but for us as a team. She knows that she falls in a hot third.
Yes.
Smoking hot third. Yeah.
Well, it's beautiful because you're in the stage now where you're building a life.
Yeah.
And it's I'm telling you, brother, I am gonna pray for you that it's gonna be nothing but a beautiful life from here on out.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Awesome.
definitely.
Awesome.
And I know you said, like, even in the intro, you make this music even just to take away somebody's problems, get it off their mind for 3 minutes,
Yeah.
Can you think of anything like, share a moment where you think you made an impact on someone through your music in particular?
Oh man, dude, deep.
That's all we do here. We deep dive.
deep, man. There's this one song that I wrote for someone that's really, really close, and someone that I love deeply. And I wrote a song about him, some life events that he was going through. Now it's not as a musician, you know, like as a songwriter. I wrote this song, and you know, some of this it's truth, but a lot of it, you know, you gotta stretch it for the storyline and whatnot. And I kind of based it like a semi-truth around his situation, what was going on now. It's a sad song, man, and you know, it's just not one of those songs that sells. I don't know if it'll be out, but it could potentially be out in the album that's coming out in 2025. But I'm not sure. I love Buddy to death, and I wrote it about him, and he it was a really crucial time in his life, probably one of the lower times in his life, and you know, I like to think that, like, other than brothers bonding, that you know, it made an impact on him, and kind of saw that he wasn't alone, and other people were seeing where he's at, and like say like, hey bud, like, it's okay, like, we love you.
Shout out to him.
It's my big brother, Buddy. Love you, bub.
Is there any way, I don't know if, you know it's coming.
Oh, God. You want that to see the light of day?
Is there any chance of wanting to hear?
Oh, no, I don't know about all that.
You don't have to if you don't want to. That's
I
fine.
don't know about that one.
Okay.
Oh, man, now you can put me on the, they put me on the spot here.
You know, it's just my host.
Your segue brain
the segue was perfect. I know it was perfect.
No, that's all right.
Yeah, but it's up to you. It's up to you. If you don't want it, that's fine too.
Yeah, I'm gonna play one other song here. That's a little bit more of a staple tune. Than
hey, I am all about, you know, ending the set list at a happy.
Yeah.
Now, okay, well, I wouldn't. This next song, I don't know about happy, but it's a way to end.
Hey,
that's for sure.
All right.
It's a journey.
Yeah, you guys ready?
Let's go on an adventure.
Let's go on an adventure.
All right, so this is one of those storytelling tunes that I was talking about.
Awesome.
And I gotta say before I get into this tune, I want to make it perfectly clear, and I'm gonna say it into the camera. I didn't do any of these things. This is a story that I wrote. I'm a songwriter, and this is fiction. So, disclaimer. Yeah. So, you know, it's one of those storytelling tunes, and again, it's a ballad tune. It's about 4 minutes long, and it's an outlaw country song that I wrote, and kind of talks about a man going crazy over a woman.
Okay.
Per usual. And, you know, he makes some hasty decisions and whatnot, but I always say, you know, it'd be best for you to follow along, because then you'll understand the story. And it'll be best for me if you guys follow along, because then I won't feel like I wrote the song for no reason. So.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
This is a song I wrote called Dead Man, and I hope you guys enjoy. Got this little thing, she's been on my mind. Try to see her, but she says she ain't got the time. I've been losing my brain past couple of days. When I called her, she said she's with what's his name? Yeah, he's a dead man. Yeah, he's a dead man. So I finished my cigarette and I slammed my beer. I'm gonna find out where you were at, 'cause I know you ain't around here. So I ran to my truck and I reached in the back. I grabbed them leather gloves and that wooden baseball bat. Yeah, he's a dead man. Yeah, he's a dead man. Headed to your house about 3:30. I walked inside to the shock of what I'd seen. I said, what are you doing, girl? You know you're supposed to be with me. and then he stood up real fast. So I knocked him to his knees, and I said, "You're a dead man. Yeah, you're a dead man." So I rolled up my sleeves and I wiped my brow. After the beating was done, a hush fell over the house. She said, "What are you doing, boy? You know that is my kin." I said, "What do you mean, girl? And just where have you been?" She said, "I tried to tell you this before, but you just wouldn't believe. My mama kicked him out, and now this is where he sleeps. So you better get running, boy, the cops will be on their way." I pulled out her drive, and this is what I heard her say. She said, "You're a dead man. Yeah, you're a dead man. Man. Whoa, 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 I'm a dead man. Yeah, 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 I'm a dead man. Whoa, 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 I'm a dead man. Yeah, yeah.
Woo! You know, I'm really glad you ended up with that song, because that was the first song
That's a song I sent to you.
Yeah, that was the first song I listened to, and I was like, "This man can sing."
It's a rock song.
Yeah,
Safe to say you killed it.
yeah, right. That man's dead.
Yeah. When I first was talking to you, and I was like, "All right, Chris, I just booked another artist," and he was like, "Oh yeah, who?" And I was like, "Oh, this guy Taylor Hughes," and I sent him over. I think it was like the Apple Music link.
Yeah.
Over, and he was like, "Damn it, you did it again!"
I love that.
Man.
I love that.
Well, we are super thankful for you coming down, sharing your story. Let it serve as an inspiration to others, and we just really we're rooting for you, brother. We hope
Absolutely.
that. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys having me. I'm absolutely blessed to be here, like I said, and it's I'm glad that now you guys are here on this journey.
Yes.
And,
We're
you guys
invested,
are
definitely.
following along. I appreciate
right.
you having me, and it really is a blessing, and I hope to come back again with some more news.
Oh
Yeah.
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 I know we want to do like collabs and such, and we'll have you come down with some of your idols there, and we'll.
Yeah, right.
Bring your lady back and have her sing a song with you. Yeah.
There you go.
Hey,
Yeah.
Seriously,
Lizzie would love to do something like that.
Yeah.
That would
Let's
be
do it. Let's make it happen.
I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
She'll do it.
that's awesome.
Let's make it happen.
That's great. Well, so if our people would like to find your music, where would they go?
You can go to iTunes, Spotify, wherever you buy, sell, listen to music. Again, my name is Taylor Hughes. You can follow me at Taylor Hughes Music on Facebook. You see all my dates. Come out and see me live. And again, follow me on TikTok. Don't do any of the dances, but
Don't ban TikTok.
yeah, definitely don't do that. But you can come on there and you can follow me there. Liking and follow goes a long, long way. I
Definitely
appreciate
does.
you guys having ears, and appreciate you more if you're using them.
And then, do you also have some shows coming up?
I do have some shows coming up here. So let me get to the calendar here. So the month of March is kind of hometowny.
Okay.
I'm playing a lot of local shows in March, and it's a hometown month. I'm playing the local in Warner, New Hampshire
nice.
on Thursday the 27th, and then I'm out to Keene.
Oh, that's
my old stomping ground.
Yeah.
Mama McDonough's down there at the
Nice.
airport. It's just
That's a
small
great
town
place.
stuff, but I love doing those little shows. But yeah, there's plenty more, and after the month of March, we're hopefully at this time. This is not, we're airing this a little.
Yeah.
The timeline's a little weird, but hopefully at this point, we'll have a good majority of my debut album.
Yeah.
In 2025. So
Love it. Yeah, we'll plug that for sure. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I'll come catch you on the 27th because that's letting the world know I work in Keene.
Hey, there
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
Wow.
I'll give you some support, man.
No, Mama's is awesome. Their food there is great.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
It's a
That
really
was
great place.
Yeah.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Yeah,
Oh,
check them out for lunch
I-
something.
I've been losing weight. I don't want to get rid of that.
Yeah.
they're
Good
great.
people, man. Good people,
Yeah.
Great people.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Again, you guys coming down, doing this. Shout out again to Maxwell over here.
Yeah, man.
You can't see him, but
Yeah.
he's
Yeah,
great.
shout out to Max and White Mountain Archery.
Hey, there we go. There we go.
Need some custom arrows built. Go to that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, thank you. Thank you, Nikki, for hooking us up.
Yeah.
And again, guys, just so that you know, make sure that you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. Make sure you're following us on all our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, TikTok. Eventually, we'll be on TikTok with you. And
That's all you.
yeah, it's all
I
right.
don't do that.
I do the ticks. And then
The old guy in the room here does the TikTok and not me.
I know, isn't that weird? And then, obviously, we're on Instagram. So just make sure that you're following us. We couldn't be more appreciative of your support. When you do so, again, you're supporting our musicians, which is our mission to put a spotlight on our musicians. So we appreciate you guys. Again, this has just been another episode of the Musical Chairs in Massachusetts. And together, we're making Mondays.
Musical again.
Ta-da!
Bye, everyone.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my God! The thing I thought was going to happen.
Creep.